was their statement. Could you please courier the package to the address I've written on it? If I call in, that would make 4 of us who can independently authorize the move. She lifted the envelope a little to check the address. Do you need to know what's in there? No, Nick. Not at all. But there will be a charge for curation. Ah. The problem for me, Claudia, is that I don't have any personal money left. I can't sell the apartment in Moscow because it was in Anna's name. And even if the court clears probate tomorrow, it clearly isn't going to be the end of the bureaucracy. I don't think I'll be able to find a way through without your help. So I'm skint. She eased herself back in the chair, her hands clasped together as if in prayer. Maybe her English wasn't as good as I'd thought it was. Skint. The diamond band with her wedding ring was on the 4th finger of her right hand. It looked like Claudia was German, not Swiss. I had a flashback to the lesson I'd learnt the hard way as a young squaddy stationed in Minden. I was always getting into trouble trying to chat up women after a casual check of their left hand, but that changed the night I got filled in by a very pissed-off German husband outside a nightclub called Stiffshankers. He explained, in better English than I spoke, that in Germany married women wore a ring on the right hand instead of the left. Not that my cultural lesson was going to help me today. No money at all. I'm going to have to start working for a living. Either the joke wasn't understood, or she didn't like the idea of her clients soiling their hands. She smiled, a little less widely than even last time, and logged the word in the English dictionary inside her head, filing it with broke and brassic. I knew what she was going to say before she said it. I'd heard it often enough before. I'm so sorry, Nick, but we can't help you in any way financially. We can't advance any sums of capital. It would be illegal. She smiled enough to display a perfect set of teeth. Not yet, of course. But we will hold your package for you, and we can talk about our consideration in, say, 2 months. Why didn't banks talk about money? Maybe if you had to ask about costs, you shouldn't be in that room. Whenever I'd phoned, I'd pictured her gazing out of her window at some shimmering Swiss lake as she talked to me at all hours of the day and night. The bank's foyer had kept the dream alive, a riot of beige and gold topped off with a crystal chandelier the size of a small planet. There hadn't been a cashier in sight. It wasn't the kind of setup where you dropped in to deposit your pocket money. You either transferred it electronically or delivered it in a bulletproof attaché case, handcuffed to a man mountain with biceps like wrecking balls. But the lake view and opulence hadn't been for me today. I was sitting in the basement, surrounded by concrete walls painted white, glossy white floor tiles. No pictures, no plants. In front of me there was a smoked glass desk and, behind that, what was probably the world's most expensive leather swivel chair. The desk was bare apart from the jiffy bags and still folded sheet of A4. No telephones, no computers, not even a clock or a photo frame. I was in the bank's confidentiality room. We should then, hopefully, be able to cast some light on your situation. We are working on it, Nick, believe me. I did, but I also knew it was the end of the conversation. So did the door, which began to open up as if it had read her mind. We stood up. Shall I call you a taxi for the airport, Nick? Or are you staying in Zurich? No. I can't even afford to breathe the air. I knew she wouldn't get the joke, but thought I'd give it a try anyway. A taxi would be great, thanks. We came out into a windowless corridor of more white tiles and walls, and she walked me towards the shiny stainless steel lift that would take me up to the ground floor and its sumptuous marble, leather and crystal.